Hello everybody and welcome to the Portuguese Grand Prix. We're racing here for VSRL Racing. Velocity Syndicate Racing League. I hope I pronounced that right. We begin here at the Portuguese Grand Prix. First we'll have 18 minutes of qualifying action. Then we move on to the 33 lap race. I'm sure we're here for some good action and good racing as well. We're here to see everybody race well and race fair. All these drivers, I'm sure, would be talented enough to show us a good fight, show us a good action on the track as well. As we wait for everybody to leave their garages, as we have a car already, as we already have cars out on track. As the new Messiah in the AlphaTauri is doing it. He's the first one out on track. As we see another Alpine Casares. To see some good qualifying action as well. We'll get to know how good everybody is, as this is just the first race, the very first race of the season. Having no idea how good anybody is, but I'm sure these are talented drivers. And everybody wants to win, wants to be on pole. As we have two Red Bulls. Only one Ferrari, one McLaren, so two Ferraris as well. Two AlphaTauris. Two Mercedes, no, two, not Mercedes, only one Mercedes. Two AlphaTauris and two Alfa Romeos as well. As we are near to the start for the driver number 89. It's the new Messiah. He was the first one to leave the garage. Car number 89. How good will he be on his first flying lap? Here at the Portuguese Grand Prix, we'll get an idea how he does, as he's the first one to begin the racing. Begin this qualifying lap as 15 minutes remaining. As he went slightly wide, I think, if I'm not wrong. And then we have Casares right behind him. He's also coming around the last corner to begin his first lap. As we are into only 15 minutes into the race, into the qualifying. How will do it? How will car number 89 do? How will the AlphaTauri driver do? Another AlphaTauri driver, Twigs. Twigs is on a flying lap as well, but our focus is not that currently. Focus is the new Messiah. He's around the third sector, if I'm not wrong. Let me just open all of these details now. Yes, there you go. He's just coming around the second last corner. As you begin and wait, how good as he does, how fast as he went. As he's the first one to finish his flying lap. How fast will he do? Will he be the faster driver enough? He's anyways going to be the faster one. But that's 1:17.1. Is it fast enough? Is it really the fastest lap on track? As we have Anton, but he's on an outlap. And the AlphaTauri driver is Casares. Casares also around the last corner. Will he be fast enough then? New. Will he be fast enough then? New. Coming around the finish line. Comes across. He's not. He won't be fast enough. In fact, very slow. Twigs goes P2. We missed Twigs, but he goes P2. Yes, we have Chetty. Chetty around the last corner. Will he be fast enough then? New Twigs. Will he be challenging anybody of those drivers? I'm sure he'll be faster than Casares, but any of those? No, he will not be. He is third, faster than Casares, but Eyeball does it, P3. Another Ferrari driver's right behind him. How good does he do? Across the line. That was his flying lap. We just miss it. And I think Anton will be there. Anton will be doing a lap. That's not Anton. That's the other Red Bull. Okay, the Haas is on not a flying lap, but on an outlap. Anton around the last corner. Fastest lap time to beat is 1:17.81. P2 is 1:17.4. Across the finish line. He goes P2. Anton is into the second place now. 1:17.1, 1:17.2. Still the time to beat is 1:17.1. As you have the Alpine drivers coming back into the pits, I think. One is into the pits, the other isn't. How fast does he go? P5 only. 1:18.4. So we've seen mix of lap times here from into 1:18s to 1:17s. Eyeball is on a messed up lap, but how good will he do? How good will Niker do? Niker Snack around the last finish line as he goes P4. 117.5. He's into second place as Twigs goes P. Okay, so that was not Twig. That was Eshk. I hope I'm providing his name right. Eshk, the Red Bull driver, in P3. How will the McLaren driver do? I think he does not have a lap time on board as we look at the McLaren driver and some other drivers completing lap times. Fastest lap is Shrike. Shrike went on pole, 116.8. That's the new lap record, 116.8. That's the record to beat. As the Mercedes driver coming down the last corner, will he be good enough to beat that record? He will not be. Only P9 for the driver. Only P9 for the Mercedes. Is it Casares? It's not Casares. It's Speedy. I think he's not on a flying lap. So everybody we've seen now getting into the pits. So only driver who does not have a lap time on board is Adam. Adam Foran, the McLaren driver, and I'm sure he'll be looking for improvements and looking for some better times for himself. As Sticky around the last corner, he also doesn't have a lap time on board around the last finish line, and that's him beginning a lap. That is interesting. He's just beginning the lap. Ash is pitting as well after qualifying P4. So Aston Martin driver, how good will he do? Okay, that's not Aston Martin. Did I miss him? Yes, Shrike, the only Haas driver in the session, into the pits as well. So everybody's just pitting. Shrike, 116.8, the fastest lap time from him. Ferrari will pit as well. I think one driver who wouldn't pit would be the McLaren driver, because I'm expecting him to do a good lap, and also Sticky as well, because Sticky and the McLaren haven't put in a lap time yet, and he's into the pits. That is surprising. He's just back into the pits. Unless he's gonna stay there, maybe outside the top 10, or he will just be coming out of the box and do a good lap, as good as P1. So current top 5 is Strike, the new Anton, Eshk, and Tooth completing the top 5 with the fastest lap time is of 116.8. Sticky around the last corner. He was doing a few laps as well. We do not have a lap time from him as well. This time it's looking like he's going to be having a lap on board. P9 only. 117.9. He's into the 117s now, but that's the different story now. It's as the pole lap is 116.8. We still have a few cars on track, but I'm sure Sticky is done on him. Sticky is done as the Ferrari's now coming back on track. Definitely drivers looking for improvements. Drivers looking for the best lap time, as Anton surely looking to improve his P3 to P1. But I'm sure one driver who would be wanting pole back would be new Messiah, who was on pole. He was in fact the first driver to leave the garage, but he was the fastest until Strike did him. Until Strike got a better lap than him, as you have just now around 8.5 minutes remaining in this session. Anton now onto a flying lap as we watch him, currently the only driver on the track with a flying lap. Casares, but Casares has just begun as well, I think. Yes, he has. So Anton would be the first driver to complete his flying lap as well. Surely he will be looking to improve. Does he improve? Has he found any improvements? Full push into this corner, flat out into that. And he's just coming around there and the end of the middle sector. Has he improving? He has not. 1.1 second up on his time. He's not improving at all, unless he's going to be improving in the next lap. And this is just a out lap again to get some tires, get some temperature into those tires. But that wouldn't be good enough, unless that's a problem or something. But yes, he's pitting. He's pitting. He must have locked up somewhere. I think we might have missed that, but he might have locked up. As Chetty around the last corner, 118.7 again. I wonder if he pitted or not, because I did not see him pitting. And Casares now coming around the last corner. Does he improve? Yes, he does improve. 118.5, but only P12. Only P12 for Casares. What can his teammate do now? Speedy in P11 with a lap time of 118.4. Is he finding some improvements? Is he going to be good enough for something good? As he goes P8, 117.5. P8 for Speedy. What about the McLaren driver? He does not do anything again. He might, I think he must be doing maybe a, what do you say? A flying lap. As goes, Messia improves 1816.8. 116.840 is the time to beat, and he puts a lap time of 116.82882. There's only 6 minutes now remaining in this qualifying session. The Alfa Romeo drivers are just going at it. Chetty was just out of the garage all the time. What can Eyeball do now? It's not Eyeball, in fact it's going to be Nike. Nike, what can he do? Nike air snack. I think he had a penalty, or it was his teammate, but some Ferrari did have a penalty, as he's P7 with a lap time of 117.5. Does he improve? He does not. And I think he's just beginning his brand new lap or something, because there is no lap time from him as we had last 5 minutes of this session. What can the McLaren driver do now? We're waiting for his lap from a long time. We're waiting from a long time for him to do a flying lap. Completed as he goes P10. 117.6 only. As I said, either he's going to be out of the box, or he is going to stay inside the top 10, outside the top 10. He has managed to get himself in, but only P10. So not a huge improvement at all. What can the Mercedes do now? Rug, what can Warrior do now in the Mercedes? Can he fight that car? P12, it goes P11, 117.8. He does improve position-wise, but only one position. What about Hay? What about Hay? He's P4 currently. Does he improve his lap time? He does not. 117.2. Last 5 minutes. Last 5 minutes of this session, of this qualifying session. Everybody's looking for lap times, as currently the fastest lap is 116.8, as we have Nike. Nike again around the last corner. How good is he going to do? P4 for Nike, 117.2, does improve. And also not only by time, but by position as well. Fantastic P4. So it's one AlphaTauri, one Haas, and two Red Bulls, with one Ferrari as well in the top 5. What can Twig do? Twig P7 currently, and that's P4. 117.2. 117.4. Nobody's really relaxed, trying to get a better lap time, because everybody has a lap on board now, but just looking for improvements, looking for something better, as 116.8. Only one man that should be comfortable is Strike. 116.8, but I'm sure he won't be comfortable enough, because anyone could do anything until the last minutes of the qualifying session, because it's still anyone's game. You could be thinking that I'm in and I don't need to improve, and you could end up being in outside the top 5 as well. So don't rule yourself out, or don't rule anybody out thinking that they can't do nothing. Everybody can do anything. As Chetty again around the last corner, he's on an out lap. So only drivers that are on the flying lap, that don't look in fact being on a flying lap, is Tooth and Twigs, as well as Hay, who I think also will be pitting. Yes, his red light is flashing, which means he does not have a enough battery. What about the Alpine drivers? I think one of them is trying to improve and start a flying lap. Casares is PP13. He hasn't been impressive enough, but what can he do? Strike, I think Strike, we haven't even seen enough of him, and he's out on track now. And I think, yeah, we did not see enough of him at all. He was just in the garage after his lap, so sure, he's taken the pressure now, coming back on track. But I'm sure he would be, okay, only 2 minutes now remain, so some drivers would be just pitting in and come back out. And some, I don't think, those who are beginning now, the likes of Strike, Anton, and Adam as well as Sticky, as I don't think they'll be pitting again for the brand new set of tires, as only 2 laps now remain. So if you go in, you go all, as Tooth is P3, 116.9. There was a flying lap, I think. We got a mess, but what a lap that is as well. Tooth now in P3, as both Red Bulls now out of that top 3. Sticky P 117.9. What can Sticky? Okay, sorry. Chetty improves. What can Sticky do? Sticky is far away, but I know who's near the finish line. That is the Alpine drivers. Casares and Adam. Casares just ahead of Adam. What can Casares do? He's already got a invalid lap. What can Adam do? Is there an improvement in his lap time? 1:17.6. Not sure there was any improvements, but he's P11. He's out of that top 10 now. What about Sticky? Sticky coming around last corner to begin his final lap. That'll be indeed the final flying lap for everybody as well, and all the people who are in the pit lane now. Don't think there is an improvement for them. Surely one man who would be trying to find an improvement, that'll be Tooth, because I'm sure he's super close to pole position as well as the AlphaTauri driver New Messiah, because he would be wanting to be on pole, as it's less than half a tenth the Aston Martin pits. So that's it for Tooth. Final lap time from him is 1:16.9. So that's all he can do. Sticky coming around the last corner to find some improvements. All these drivers that are outside the top 10, is anything for them a bonus? And he goes P11, 1:17.6. We have a Red Bull around the last corner. One is invalidated, and it's Anton who's beginning a lap, I think. 1:17.1. We'll be looking for some improvement, and I see just a lot of drivers behind. As Messiah, does he improve something? He's still P2. Did he improve on lap time? No, he did not, I think. There are many drivers to focus on, as Adam goes P5. Adam goes P5 with a lap time of 1:17.1. Surely he took all that time to do something, as drivers are now taking the checkered flag. As hey, we have. Does he improve? 1:17.0 P4. Fastest lap, Strike. Okay, Strike goes fast again. 1:16.4. Almost by 4/10. That's a huge difference. 4/10 going faster by. So pole position is 1:16.480. Second place is the New Messiah, Tooth, Hey, Adam complete the top 5. Then it's Anton, Twigs, Nike, Eyeball, and Chetty complete the top 10 as well. Some of the drivers haven't taken the checkered flag yet, but I think they'll be taking it very soon. As Speedy, Speedy looking for an improvement? Surely driving fast, and I'm sure he's not going into the pits, as he's trying to get a better lap time of his 1:17.5. He does improve. He's still in those 1:17.5s, but does improve his lap time, as Twigs takes the checkered flag in P7. His teammate would be happy with his lap, as Strike just looked fast and uncatchable. So definitely everybody would be looking better at anything they can do, especially the top 5. And I think it'll be a good fight. Oh, almost Adam having it, losing it. It's not a flying lap anyways, but so only 2 drivers haven't taken the checkered flag. One is Anton, the other is Nike, who's retired, so he's technically taking the checkered flag as we wait for the race to begin. Here's the qualifying classification. Strike on pole, the New Messiah second, Tooth third, Hey 4th, Adam 5th, Anton 6th, Twigs 7, Nike 8, Speedy 9, and Eyeball completing the top 10. And here's the rest of the field as well. And the Ferrari, I think, has a penalty. Yes, Nike has a penalty. 5-second grid penalty for Nike. So that's going to be him moving out to the top 10 for sure. Hello everybody, welcome to the Portuguese Grand Prix. As we begin for the Portuguese Grand Prix race, it's 33 laps of racing, 33 laps of fun and fundamental fighting on track. And it's lap 0, which means it's formation lap before some fun, before some racing. And Strike on pole, New in second, and Tooth in third. Esk 4th, Adam 5th, Anton 6th, Twig 7th, Speedy 8th, Eyeball 9th, and Shetty 10th. As Nike had a penalty, he had a 5-place grid penalty, so he's back in P13. But I'm sure there'll be fight. If Strike moves away, there'll be a fight for top 2 between top 2 and 3. Surely there will be some action between for the podium positions as well. I think Strike's looking good. By his qualifying pace, he's looking phenomenal. We will be uncatchable if he does a good race without any mistakes. But it depends. It's racing and it's Formula 1. Don't rule anybody out. Anybody can do anything. I think from Strike downwards to P7 Twigs, anybody can win it here. it's a big case who can keep it on track as well. It's not a big track. It's not a small track with walls, so a lot of runoff areas. So I think I highly doubt anybody's going to put it in the wall. But still, that happens. That happens at tiniest of margins, or even at the race start. It could be going messy as well. But we'll see how it goes. It's raining and it's kind of a thunderstorm. It's too much rain. Look at the track. How much is raining? It's pouring, and it's challenging conditions as well for everybody. So that could be a different factor of who can keep it on track and who cannot. Doesn't matter how big of a runoff areas there are. If it's raining and it's hard to control the car, anything can happen, and you could end up in the wall. As around the last car now approaching the grid, somebody's already disqualified. I wonder if that was from the formation lap. Because that could be from the formation lap. As we now begin for the race, there's 5 red lights, and we go racing for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Just a bit of a late start from Strike. As the other drivers has a good Strike's ahead of New. What can he do? New around into the first corner, down the inside line. He's into the race leaders. Now takes it back. Strike takes it back, and the pack behind is good as well as into the inside lines. New takes it. New takes the leaders. Tooth in second place now. Tooth ahead of Strike. Strike losing all the positions. Tagged. Strike is tagged and spin, and he's out of the race already. He's out of the race as though there's a virtual safety car. I said it's challenging conditions. It's raining condition, and it's gonna be ending up worse. And Strike's out already. We didn't even got past the first sector, and he's already out of this race. That is not good, and he surely didn't enjoy that at all. As Tooth in second place, Anton third, Esk fourth, Adam fifth, Speedy 6th, Chetty 7th, Nike 8th. He's gained some positions from P13. Twigs lost positions, so he was P7 and P9 now. Everybody else, somebody's gaining, somebody's losing. But the top 5, I don't know, he got tagged. I just saw him spinning and ending up out of the race. It was really sad now for him. He surely wouldn't enjoy tonight. 33 laps, and he's just now going to be watching that from the paddock. He wouldn't like that. He would have wanted to be in that car to be racing and to being on track and challenging that. And not only because he got tagged out, but it's the first race of the season. And did we go green? I think we are green racing again, as it's the first race of the season. As now new Messia already pulling up the gap, 1.1 second to Tooth. Right behind is Anton. Anton right behind, challenging Tooth. What can Anton do? Anton might have a move onto the inside line on Tooth. Will he make that move? He risked it down. He does not risk it at all. He backs out. He thought to move, but then move out of the way as well as Tooth goes wide. Anton is into the second place. He takes the lead. Sorry, he takes second place. He was just waiting for a mistake, and he just been patient there. And a mistake from Tooth ends up allowing Anton into second place, as Adam is managing 5th and Chetty 6th. Remember, Chetty was outside the top 10, I think. And he's put it in P6 now. Speedy P7, Nike P8. All these drivers are just right behind each other, as Casades and Warrior right close to each other. But one who I know who's close to each other is Messia is already gaining, and I'm sure Strike and Messia could have had a good battle had Strike been there. He will not be happy. He will not be happy, not only with himself, but rest of the field as well. And Anton in second place. Anton, then Tooth, then Hay, then Adam. Then comes Chetty, then Speedy, as Messia goes fastest as well. As we have 2 drivers now. The most closest battle currently on the grid is Warrior and... But there could be some battle around between these guys as well. Top 5 as well. Sure, the battle between... It'll be good between top 5 as well. And the Mercedes and the Alpine are close. They are really close to each other. The rest of the field, Twigs is P13. I think he pitted. He might have pitted for... some wing and something else as well. And Anton down the inside line goes, and Hay, there's contact. I think there's contact between Hay and Tooth. Tooth losing on another position again. We're already on lap 3 as Anton takes the lead. Anton takes the lead of the race. As we just thought Monsieur was pulling away, Anton is now the new race leader. Surely this is whole bunched up grid as Monsieur almost a bit of a move from his tires, his rear end, but I think it's fantastic. It's going to be nice racing and some fun as we're only on lap 3 out of 33. Close battles, close drivers, as already is Anton pulling away. 1.2 seconds now, the gap between the top two. But nothing, you can rule out nothing. It's a wet race, and it's always challenging. One mistake from him, and he'll be losing behind. Will you go for it? Will he go for a big lunge? He's not close enough. Had he been close enough, he might have tried it. But I think Adam pretty much the big winner here. I think he qualified in the top 5. And he's keeping it there because that's pretty much going to be his best position. I think he doesn't have any pace. But, almost losing it. And that's what you don't want. Because one driver has already lost it and it's challenging conditions. So, as long as he could finish inside that top 5, I think he should be good. As we have a look at the rest of the field to try and find some action. As there is some action between these. Eyeball goes fastest. Eyeball is in P11 currently. I wonder if he has brand new tires. He's 31 seconds behind, which means he did pit for some kind of a problem. The gap between the Mercedes and the Alpine is quite not that much, but the Alpine is just not making the move. Casares and Rogue Warrior just there for some racing, but he's just trying to keep it on track. It's New almost losing it there. 1.7 seconds now the gap, and I think that's how really Anton got the position as well. The AlphaTauri might have lost it, and already a penalty for Eyeball, and we suspect what happened. Sticky, I think, yes, Sticky has spun it. Sticky spun it. Good for everybody else. Nobody's close. And Anton was looking not that fast in qualifying, but then he's P1 currently with Striker out of the race. It's all his chance. His chance to announce himself to begin the season. It'll be great for him to begin with a win. Lap 5 out of 33 as one driver already out of the race. I'm surprised only one out yet. As I said, it's not a big track. It's not any walls around. There are some big runoff areas as goes wide. Going wide is New, and Tooth now has a chance to get into second place as he is already into second place. As already, I think Messia was he lost the lead like that as well as he goes wide again. As he goes wide, Hay is already ahead. As now is Adam right behind. Adam right behind us into the corner ahead of Messia. Messia losing massive positions there. From P1 to P5 already, and Adam taking that position and his chance as well. Adam is driving finally now. Don't make any mistakes, and nobody's coming in the area. Because it's raining, it's not DRS, so there's nothing much. But moreover, if you do a mistake, you're going to lose position. Anton, 2.8 seconds to Tooth now. Anton is quite comfortable, but if he makes a mistake, I think he should know that. He's going to end up losing positions as well as everybody else. It's a closed grid. Hay as well. Hay would want a Red Bull 1-2. The only Aston Martin Tooth in the session. With Adam in 4th. Another yellow flag, and that's a Ferrari. That's Nike. Nike, I think he put a fastest lap, but he's just been losing positions ever since. So we have telemetry now. That's into the pits. Into the pits is the Ferrari. I think he spun and he's going into the pits to get some fresh tires as Anton already 3.3 seconds ahead. That is interesting as nobody's coming close him as Tooth goes wide. Tooth did went wide. Everybody's going wide at that corner. There's definitely something wrong there. As now Hay trying to take the position from Tooth. So is Adam trying to take, so is New trying to take from Adam, but Adam is keeping it good now so far. It's intermediate. Is that really intermediate conditions currently? As Nike, the first driver to take the gamble, has already won some of the cars is in, and that is Twigs. Twigs already into the pits. What tire does he fit? Does he fit the full wet or the intermediate? He's fitting the intermediate. If that gamble works, especially for Nike, that'll be phenomenal. He's not close enough, but Twigs, as well as Okay, I think, yes, Eyeball. Sorry, Nike. Nike would have the best seat to see if that's good enough. He does not pit. Anton does not pit from the lead. He's 4.2 seconds ahead of second place. Does pit Tooth. Tooth does pit. And he's got a 5-second penalty. That's really sad for him. Tooth does pit, so some of the drivers do, some don't. And almost none of them do. It's Nike, Twigs, and Sticky on the intermediate. They've taken the gamble. So is Tooth trying to take the gamble as well. But will that be worth enough? As Sticky now. Sticky close to the Red Bull, and I think... Oh yes, he's already been lapped. That is crazy. Hay has already lapped Sticky, who's currently on intermediate tires. Going wide. Adam has a chance. Adam currently P3. With it's only lapped car. Adam is about to lap as well. Adam is about to lap the Alfa Romeo as well. I'm sure he'll be getting out of the way quite sweetly. But will he be getting out of the way sweet enough? He's not getting out of the way. Sticky got a 5-second penalty already. Yes, as I just said, he's not getting out of the way. He'd have blue flags, but he's now getting the penalty, and that's, I'm sure, someone who will be frustrated. That'll be Adams, because Adams would definitely want to be closer to Hay to get that second place. We see now, does he pit? Does the Red Bull pit? Yes, he pits. He pits at the lap. Pitted the lap later, but he is pitting now. He pits from the race lead, from the lead of the race. Warrior now takes the lead, but I'm sure the conditions are now getting better and better for the intermediate tire, as almost the Alpine that try and had the move. Oh, that's a spin. There's a spin. I think that's the Alfa Tauri, right? Sorry, Alfa Romeo it looked like. But, yes, he's getting lapped. He's getting lapped by P9 and P... That's not P9 and P10, that's the lead of the race, but that's technically P9 and P10. I think they were running somewhere around that position before everybody else pitted, as now almost everybody's on that intermediate tire, as Nike again gets a better lap. Woohoo! Slightly went wide there, Adam. Adam now under pressure from Hay. Can Hay make a move into the corner? What can he do, as it's a descent from the track? Everybody's going wide at that corner now. Not now, but some of the times it's super close to Hay. Hay was super close. Where's Anton? Anton, he's still leading the race. He's still leading by... Okay, he's not leading the race, but he's in P3, which is technically the lead, as soon as Casares and Warrior pit. But will they be pitting anytime soon, or taking the gamble of this tire? I think they might want to have some fun, but I think they could take some points if they end up pitting, but if they don't, then it'll be end of the time. I think it'll be end of the time already, because the gap behind is not that much to give themselves a free pit stop. Super close as Hay to Adam. As yes, I think Casares pitted. Yes, Casares now pitting, and already a 5-second penalty. I think a lot of people have penalties. That's 1, 4, 5 people have penalties. Tooth goes fastest. Tooth goes 1:30.7 with the fastest lap of the race, but that is, he also has a 5-second time penalty, so anything better 5-second gap, he would not be taking that third place, and might not end up being on the podium as well. But I think that's a different thing. We're only on lap 9 out of 33. Only on lap 9 of 33. Warrior hasn't pitted yet. He's the only one on the full wets. Only driver on the full wet compound tire. I'm sure everybody looking for some good racing action. Rogue Warrior just staying in that little race lead as long as he can, because he knows he doesn't have a chance like that, but maybe he can make something out of this. But I'm sure it's only a matter of time. We'll see him end up pitting, as Adam now in P4. So Adam is, that's really the best position for Adam, unless Hay could catch him, or if he makes a mistake, Hay could end up catching him. We have only 3 cars currently closer enough to each other. It's Adam, Hay, and Messia to overtake each other. But Alfa Romeo cheaty. So Sticky is in 13th place and is really behind and getting lapped by everyone. Chetty is currently making good progress. As, yes, Rogue Warrior, I think he's going to lose many positions. Yes, he's going to lose many positions. As Adam goes fastest. Adam goes... Okay, again, now Messiah has 129.8. And Adam is P3 as Rogue pitted. Now Anton into the late 2 second. And Adam third. Fantastic. Remember, I think he did not look. Adam didn't look. Even a top 5 driver from his qualifying. I think he put it somewhere around there. But he took a long time. Maybe not good qualifier. But he's doing fantastic in the race so far. Not many mistakes as well. He's just bringing that McLaren name up on that podium. Lap 10 out of 33. Ooh, almost. I think that was a bit of a rear end smack from Messiah. Losing that car almost, but not losing it enough. And that's many cars. It's currently 13 cars, and all 13 cars have a gap to each other of 1 second or more. And that's a 3-second penalty for Rogue. Rogue has a 3-second penalty, as the gap between the top 2 is 3.5 seconds. Then it's 5 seconds. 3.55, 1.9, 1.3 to each other. Fast. Another fastest lap, 129.7. Is he gaining enough on Tooth? I think Tooth. Yeah, Tooth. In fact, he only needs to keep it under 5 seconds to get that second place, because Tooth has 5-second penalty. So Tooth, I'm sure, has that in mind, and he wants to push more and push to keep that podium, because or else he will not be getting that at all. Because not only the podium, he could be falling behind as well the other places. But we'll see how it goes as lap 11 the leader is on. He's currently clear. He's clear, 4.3 seconds clear of P2. And then also without a penalty as well as bottom of the grid. P6, 7, 8, 9 and P10. P6 to P10 have everybody has a penalty. And I think they're just now driving and doing what they can. It's lap 11 of... only Strike out of the race. I think it was an early race blow, and this is a big one because I'm sure this would have been a good win. And in fact, good fight between Anton at the moment. As there's a yellow flag and AlphaTauri. I think it's going to be Sticky again. He's not, in fact, this time, but it's a yellow flag again. But Sticky, I think it was close enough for him, as the AlphaTauri and the Alpine are now just close enough. But I think, as I look at the map and the telemetry, there's nobody else really close or that close to each other. But we'll see. I'm sure there'll be some fighting. I'm sure there'll be fighting, but Casades goes fastest. 129.7. Okay, he does have some fresh tires. He's only done 3 laps on them, but I mean, he's doing fastest. As Warrior now goes fast as well. Track is improving. I'm sure the track is improving. It's still raining, but it's getting drier and drier as the cars run on that surface. A yellow flag, and there's a Ferrari spinning. There's a Ferrari spinning, and the Mercedes, I think, just went past it. I think Nike has looked impressive at times, but he's made mistakes, and that has made things worst, as we see Alpine and the Alfa Romeo Alpine driver. I think Casades current fastest lap older, but he's just looking behind. I mean, he's currently P7. He was fighting with the Warrior as well. He was just not fighting at all. He was gently just staying behind and maybe waiting for a mistake to happen. He's just super patient driver. What can he do? He's just on the gearbox of the Alfa Romeo. 5 to P6. 5 to P6. Can he make a move? That was close enough, but was it really close? Clough was close enough for that. Lap 13 out of 33, as we have 20 more laps fighting still going on. Action still remaining. As the main straight we are on now. He's going to get that slipstream and onto the inside line. It's still a fight. Who goes late on the brakes and does the Chetty, I think. Ooh, Yeah, he's just not being brave enough. He's just not showing the bravery, Casares. I think he's just being patient to not end his and the other driver's race as well. But I think you gotta be brave. You gotta be showing some temperament and commitment if you're making a move. He had to head him on the main straight, but into the corner he again couldn't go for it. Which I think there's nothing wrong in saving yourself as well, but I feel like definitely, I'm sure everybody wants to see some moves around as well. Whew. Super close. This is down the inside this time, but no, not enough. He's just not showing that bravery, and because this is the most close we have between anybody, and wide goes Messia, as we're focused on these guys. There is a lapped car between Adam and Hay, I think. Yes, there's a lapped car between those guys, and that's Sticky just sticking. Yeah, he's really sticky to P13. I think he hasn't moved since the start of the race. But the gap, look at the gap. It's just more than 1 second between every single car except these two. These two are they're separated by only 3/10. Can Casares now go for it? He's gonna have his car point to the inside line. No, he's close. He is close enough, but he's just not showing enough confidence as Warrior puts the fastest lap. Currently P8. He's 10 seconds. The gap is quite a lot, but never say never. You know. We'll see how it goes. It's Casares. Hey, I think Hay should be. It was Adam earlier and Hay this time. The Alfa Romeo is. I think he's got a penalty as well for ignoring yellow flags. And that's really worst if you're really driving and seeing a car not letting you by, especially if you are going to lap them. It's really on to the stewards, and to the stewards, thank you to the Alfa Romeo to letting Hay by, but yeah. Yeah, Adam is now catching 1.6 seconds, 1.6 seconds to Tooth. Adam is now catching to Tooth, and I'm sure Adam has been impressive, really. Tooth as well, but Adam, I think, really fantastic out of all. Also Anton, currently the race leader, but Tooth really ending up without a mistake. Really, he's been a mistake-less driver. Hopefully the comment, it's not, there's no comment to discuss. As Hayes seemed like he was wide as. Again, fastest lap for I saw for Adam as Casares again on the main straight. Will he go for that move? Lap 15 now. Will he go for that move? He's close enough. He's really close. He's ever been. There's a chance for him to go down the inside line, and he's just not making that lunge. I think these lunges are really what you need if you're really this close to the driver ahead and you want that point. 2 more points to your name. It's the first race of the season, so you gain everything that's good for you, because Strike is going to be a whole race behind everybody now. He put it on pole, but ending up getting out of the race, really not good enough for him. Only battle Casares, I think. He's, that's just, I don't know, unless that's his tactic, because that could be his tactic to save tires. I think, you know, towards the end of the race, maybe save tires, and towards the end of the race, go attack him, but it's lap 15, so I think still early days, as Adam is now close. Adam is now within 1 second of Tooth. Fantastic. Anyways, Adam was going to be second place if he could keep it within 5 seconds, but fantastic. Adam has been great, as Anton puts down the fastest lap for 6.9 seconds. Super great from Anton as well. This man on screen, we haven't been able to show much of him, as Adam now looking for a move on Anton as he goes down the inside of Tooth. Fantastic move. That's what I'm talking about. Casares, you could do a similar move as well, but that's just not enough bravery from him. Will he make a move this time? He's close again, and he again pulls out on it. He's just not doing it. I think you need to do it if you really want to be the better driver. Did he make a move? Did he really make a move? He really make a move, Casares. Wow, what are we seeing here? He was really not in the mood to make a move at all, and he does it this time. Can he defend? Can he defend enough? Will he do enough to defend his position? As so can Adam or Casares. So can Adam from Tooth. But Casares, it was a long-waited move, and I think Casares had good pace. He was just equal with Chetty, but not enough to make the move. As the Ferraris RP9 and 10 as well, just close to each other. Lap 16 out of 33. Final corner, lap 17. Into corner 1 goes Anton as Adam. Is he going to be enough? Close enough for Tooth to make a move. Will Tooth go for it? Because Tooth currently won't be keeping his 3rd place as well. He's going to be up until Casares. I think he's going to be P5 if I'm not wrong. But can he go for the move? And look at that. As I was saying, Casares just not showing enough bravery. Or it could be a move to save his tires and think strategically to go towards the end of the race with fresher tires. But I'm sure this was the time and he's charged up. Maybe he's not fast enough, as fast as the AlphaTauri, but I think he could stay behind. AlphaTauri was making a lot of mistakes early on in the race, so we can see what we can do. Ferrari's B9 and B10. Eyeball, I think, had a penalty, so Eyeball or Nike was. Everybody, just look at that. Out of 13, only there's 2 drivers who don't have a penalty to their name, and that is Messiah, Adam, and Anton as well. There's 3 as well. There's 3 drivers, and that is crazy. From P3 onwards, leaving P5, every single person has a penalty. That is crazy. Every single pun has a penalty, so there's Alfa Romeo close to the Alpine, but that's not close enough, and it's not the racing one. It's the lapped one. Sticky, really sticking to P13 currently. Casares fastest lap. Casares showing some pace now, as I was saying, and that's pretty much looking like that. Strategic move from Casares to save his tires and to go energetic towards the end of the race. But I'm sure he's just gaining now. 3.4, yes, he's gaining. I think the Messiah is P5. Remember, he was the race leader at the start of the race after Sticky got knocked out. And yes, the Alpine, another Alpine, Speedy. I think Casares has been better than Speedy, but lap 18 out of 33 as we wait for these drivers to fight, to action, to race, as it's 9 and 10 Ferrari, then Speedy. They're close. Are they close enough? Will Speedy look? Will Speedy go for it? Speedy's now getting close and close there. Will he go for it? Will he be brave? Will he be brave? Will he be more brave than his teammates? Or will he be patient as well? It could be a team strategy from the Alpine drivers. You never know nothing. But we'll see what we can do. And one move you're other seeing, that is... Yes, indeed, that is Warrior. Rook Warrior now P8. He was one of the last drivers. Yes, one of the last drivers to pit for that intermediate tire. Lap 19 out of 33. Just within a second of Nike's Speedy, but oh, it's close. It's close between Adam and Tooth. It's actually not close enough, as there is a yellow flag between the drivers, and okay, so that was whatever it was. It's sorted again, as we see drivers getting penalties again, as Tooth now currently sitting in P3, but sure, he should be just prioritizing. He just should be prioritizing one thing, and that is to keep the car behind ahead. He should be ahead of him 5 seconds. And Rogue now looking for a move on Chetty. Will he make the move early enough? Or will he be patient as well as Speedy as well? Speedy, closer in, round the outside of the Ferrari goes Speedy. Great move. He was surely more braver than his teammates, but great racing at 2.2 seconds only now. Quesada is really looking like an underdog. I mean, lap 20, it's only 20 laps of my ever life. I've seen these guys race together, but we'll see how it goes because this is my first ever race with these people, so I'm sure it'll be exciting in the future as well. Just behind him now on the gearbox. Gearbox is Rug of Chetty now losing positions. That's down the inside line. Will Rug be brave enough? He's not. He pulls out. He was ahead of Casades as well. Casades when Casades was still doing that as well. And I think there's a chance for Speedy. Woohoo! Speedy now moves to the a bit of a side of the track to break that slipstream effect. But will that really affect the Ferrari? It will not, as it did affect. And there's the spin, I think. Yes, there was a yellow flag. We'll see what we can do as Rug now super close to him as down the inside goes the Alfa Romeo. Chetty and Warrior. Warrior really fighting it like a warrior here. I'm sure he'll want that P7 because more points means more business in the Drivers' Championship, and that's what all these drivers are fighting for. Fantastic so far. Between Speedy as well. Speedy lost a position. Okay, no, he did not lose it. He's sandwiched between the Ferraris. We'll see how it goes as Rug. This fight here is looking good. Lap 21 out of 33. Rug and Warrior. Warrior wanting that place. Chetty not... What am I doing? Rug and Warrior is the same place. But ahead goes... okay, Tooth is pitting. So, surely one comfortable place for... there's fights as well. Didn't realize that. Hay and Messia are fighting. As busy at the bottom of the field. Hay, Messia and Hay are fighting. Hay into P3 as well now. Both Red Bull on the podium. That'll be good as drivers are pitting. So these intermediate tires do run out. As Chetty now pitting. With Rug automatic in P6 as Tooth in P7. Tooth, I'm sure he will be wanting to pay that penalty. What can he do, Tooth? I think he has pace. He could gain some positions. I'm sure he just wanted to get rid of that penalty as soon as he can to just relax a bit and end up being fine. Okay, so there is the AlphaTauri close to... oh, there we go. That's Twigs, and that is a lapped car to the Red Bull as well. I was looking for that as Messia now getting more and more penalties. He is indeed close. He is not close, actually, to Hay. Hay is getting better and better, and Messia just getting penalties to himself. And the fight. It's only one fight we've got so far. And that is for P9. Indeed, that is... okay, he's now ahead of Nick Nike as well. That's good. Can he catch to Eyeball? 5.2 seconds the gap to Eyeball. Eyeball is catching to Tooth, and there's some pitting action as well. Hay has pitted as well. So the most laps on these intermediates from Anton are 14, then Adam 14, and Messia 14 as well. Will these guys be pitting? I think if you are skilled enough, you could get these tires to the end of the race, but that'll be driving on ice then. But just... woohoo, that was close, but just ahead of Eyeball comes Hay. He's from P4 to P3 to P7, but just to fit some fresh tires. And these last 10 laps of the race would be vital. Still lap 22 out of 33, but vital laps. As we are speeding to the pits, fighted the Ferraris, and I think that, yes, that will be an undercut on the Ferraris for Speedy. But will that be good enough as we see Tooth? We do see Tooth and the Red Bull, Tooth and Hay fighting for the most they can. Because both pitted, Tooth looking to gain positions and looking to be better. As, okay, now pits Anton. Anton, the race leader, now risking it as well. He's pitting to find some new tires. And I'm sure he'll have some good pace to catch up everybody. And fantastic. Twigs puts the fastest lap. And where does Anton come out? Adam takes the lead of the race. And that was surely an undercut on Adams from Anton. But if any traffic to Anton, he'll lose a lot. No traffic, only one position, and that is to Anton. Sorry, to Adam. That's Anton, and any positions, if Adam pits, and that's Anton, fantastic. I think he managed it perfect and timed it nice. Lap 33 out of lap 23 out of 33. Vital positions, vital lap times, and definitely some good management. As close are the Red Bull and the Aston Martin. Tooth and Ask. What can they do? Their rear light, both of their rear lights are flashing, which means they are using them, not some, but a lot of battery, a lot of ERS. Energy recovery system. Close. Again, the Alpine and Ferrari are close, I think. They are... Yes, they are close, and that's the AlphaTauri, not the Alfa Romeo, not the Ferrari. Round the outside, Casales fighting it out. Casales pitted as well. Ooh, round the outside, Casales off Chetty. These guys were fighting earlier, and will be doing now as well. And this time he's brave enough. Yes, Casales. Yes, he's doing good. He's brave enough this time, as I was just saying, that he needs to be brave. And one man who's brave enough is Adam. Okay, he's just coming into the box, so that might not be enough for him to come out on top and take that lead, as Casales is ahead of Chetty now. Fantastic. Fastest lap from Ask. Great laps from all these drivers. Close, again close. Hay and Tooth close. That is all Rug. Rug hasn't pitted. Remember, he was the first, in fact, the last driver to go from intermediate, from wets to intermediates. But will he be the last to pit on these inters as well? So Nike hasn't pitted, and so has Ferrari. So both Ferraris haven't pitted. They're really doing a Ferrari strategy currently. Adam now needs to clear Rug Warrior to get his second place back. I'm sure he can do that easily, as there is a fight. Ooh, almost contact. Almost contact between the Ferrari and the Alfa Romeo, Cheaty and Nike. Okay, so that's, I think, yeah, that is Cheaty. Chetty, actually, but, sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Just the first time ever seeing these names. And one move is close, and that is the Mercedes and the McLaren. Adam and Rug. Level, not level, but lap 25 now will begin in a bit. Oh, goes the Alfa Romeo. Goes the Cheaty. Goes Chetty on again. These guys are fighting nice as Rug now pits. But, oh, Red Bull is close. Red Bull is close to the Aston Martin. Will he make a move as we wait for all these drivers? Alfa Romeo. Oh, sorry, Ferrari, Cheaty, Chetty and Nike. Chetty and Nike. Lap 25 we are in. Nike. Will Nike be fast enough to catch him as the Red Bull now really close to the Aston Martin? Hay is super close. Hay is super close to Tooth. One move is good. One move is good, and that is... Okay, that is not good enough, I think so. Casales P7, I think that's pretty much the best he can do if he can clear Eyeball, and I'm sure Eyeball will be pitting. If he does not, he's gonna get caught earlier. As Mercedes now. Mercedes is close to the Ferrari down the inside. He tries to make the move. He does not succeed enough, as three cars now close to each other. Wow, close. As lap 25 out of 33. The Aston Martin and the Red Bull, 7/10 is the gap. He's not going for that. Ask is not going for that move so far. He's not going for that yet. I'm sure he would want to go for that. As Rug now, one man who's trying to overtake. I'm sure he is, and that is Rug Warrior. Adam puts the fastest lap. It's important. Doesn't matter if you finish second. It's important to get that vital fastest lap point. As close. Will he do that? No, he does not do it again. So two battles now for P3 and for P... What it is? P9, yeah. main straight. It's the main straight. What can he do? What can Nike do to defend? What can Warrior do to overtake? He moves his car to the inside line, and he's going to go for that brave down the inside move, and he does it. With better tyres, fresher tyres, and greater grip to his car, Rug now overtakes Nike to take ninth place. As we wait, Anton really comfortable. I'm sorry we haven't seen any of the action from him, but it's just because he's been super good. I believe if Strike had been there, Strike, remember, had crashed at the very first lap of the race, having tricky full wet conditions. And Anton is really comfortable. 8 seconds gap to Adam. Adam then 4.6 to Tooth. Then Hey 1.5 Tooth is. Messia just managing P5. I think he was, in fact, the race leader at some point, but he just ended up losing positions as we are lap 27 now. Only fewer laps now remain towards the end of the race. Before we say goodbye to this great race, to this amazing first season opener at Portugal for the Portuguese Grand Prix in VSRL Racing League. It was a fine race. Maybe we had some, not many battles, but still, it's more to come. I'm sure these drivers would be looking to do good. So some impressive drivers we saw here. Tooth, Ask, Adam, Anton, and Casades. I think Casades maybe didn't have pace at some points, but he was trying to become better. If you know what I'm trying to say. He's just looked at some point that he's good enough, at least good enough to keep the car on track. So is Chetty in that matter. Chetty, Warrior, Nike, I think had a few spins here and there, but yeah, still better. So teams that'll have both of their cars in the points would be Red Bull. And there is a spin. There is a spin. I wonder if that's Twigs. I think that, yeah, that was near Twigs. And he's about to lap. Anton is about to lap Twigs. Close. Ferrari are close. So is the Mercedes to Chetty and Warrior. Chetty and Warrior again super close as we move on to lap 28. As it's super close around the outside. This time it's the outside line to Warrior. Will he be brave enough? Yes, he is brave enough to make that move on, even on the outside. You give him the inside or the outside line, that does not bother him. He's going to make the move anyways. He's into P8 and now. As we're just ending, we're ending towards the end of this race as Ferrari and Alpine, that's Casades and Eyeball, Warrior and Chetty. These few people trying to fight. As also, oh yes, fight between Nike and Speedy. Speedy on better tires, Nike on super old tires. Will Speedy go for the move? Will he go for the last points position? Because I'm sure that's important to have both cars in points, and that'll give good points for Alpine in the Constructors' Championship. As we are on lap 29 out of 33, and if you ask me, if now it's now or never for Speedy. There is a few laps remaining, but I'm sure he would want to be ahead of him a few laps earlier. But we see what happens as we focus on just the cars ahead. As do the moves to break the slipstream effect. Eyeball moves to break the slipstream effect. It's fantastic from both Ferraris. Yes, they are on lap 22. Both the Ferraris pitted on the same lap and are carrying that exact same tire. So that's impressive if they both end up being in the top 10, and they will not. Nike's now pitting. But I think that's now too late. Way too late. Even if you pit. Super late. Good for Speedies into P10. Soft tires? Is that really... Is he taking the gamble, or is it really dry enough? He's going on the soft tires. That was a move I did not expect it seeing. And if that works, it shouldn't take long for him to overtake the cars ahead. And that is... an impressive strategic. Okay, that was a lapped car there, and yeah, so Tooth still managing that, and Tooth hasn't got a penalty, and one who has got a penalty is Adam. As at the start of the race it was different. At the start of the race it was different. Tooth had a penalty, Adam didn't, and now Adam does. It's only 3 seconds, so at the moment it wouldn't really bother anyone. It wouldn't really bother him, but maybe towards the ending part of the race it could, as there is a Ferrari. And I think that's yeah, that's just... Oh, again, it's again Casades onto Eyeball, try and make a move. Casades on the inside line, lap 30 it is out of 33. He surely would be wanting to pull away now. Around the outside, that's a move into P6 for Casades. He'll take anything it takes for him to for just a position ahead, because more points, more position means more points. As we had our driver on the soft compound tires, is he gaining anything? I'm not sure if he is, but I mean, what's the point anyways? Even if you are on the soft tire, I don't think it's really going to be giving you enough of grip to overtake. As yes, as the Red Bulls now lapping the drivers. It was indeed Anton lapping the Nike. I think Nike goes wide, so that surely means soft tire doesn't work. And he knew anyways he's not gonna be scoring that point against Speedy, because Speedy was surely faster, so he just took that gamble. Lap 31 out of 33. Only 2 more laps, 3 laps total, including this one, till we know and see our first race winner of the season, Anton C4 Pro. Fantastic. I think fantastic race from all these guys, especially the top 4, Anton, Adam, Tooth, and Ask. Messia did good as well, but I think he might have been better, but I think he just wasn't better at all. So top 5 overall, great. Casades as well, and overall fantastic race. I mean, still surprised that it wasn't an easy track, but it was not a hard track, but especially challenging conditions, rainy conditions. I honestly expected more DNFs and more drivers to be out of the race, so that's a good sign that drivers are good, at least good enough to keep it on track. As Eyeball would be looking for a move, he's on 24 lap old tires. That's still crazy to me that he has not pitted. He only has done 1 stop, that was from wet to intermediates, and he's still on track, keeping it there, keeping it the best he can. Lap 32 now. Lap 32 out of 33. Only second last lap. Anton has done phenomenal. 4.8. Okay, that's 4.8 the gap to Adam and Anton. That's fantastic from Adam now gaining, but I think it just wouldn't be enough. Maybe a few more laps Adam could have caught up to him, but fantastic still. Great from Anton, great from Adam, so from Tooth and Ask as well. Overall fantastic. As we now come towards the ending part of the race, this was the opening race of the season, so there's a whole season ahead of us and a whole bunch of racing required, bunch of racing ahead of us, so we wait, stay tuned for it. Every week there is a race, every week there's action, and there's reaction. Anton takes the checkered flag for the last race of the lap of the race, and DRS has been enabled. So that means it's full dry conditions. Nike didn't really do anything impressive, but anyways, it's the last race. Anton, the race leader, has got the last lap, has started the last lap of the race as well. He might be wanting that fastest lap. I think Warrior currently has it, but Anton would be wanting that because 25 points is good, but 26 is even better. It's coming towards the end and towards the beginning of the last sector. Last sector begins for the race leader. He surely has dominated right after Strike getting knocked out of the race, and his race ending in tears. Anton has picked up the pace and picked up the fight to take on, to announce himself as a race winner of race 1 here at the Portuguese Grand Prix. Anton comes home to win the Portuguese Grand Prix. He's your race 1 race winner. Then comes Adam in second place. He does have penalties, but I don't think that'll affect Adam with the fastest lap. Fantastic. Then in third place is Tooth. Tooth in third place to complete the podium positions, and he's end up in the top 3. Tooth. Then comes Ask around the corner. He'll end up in P4, but will it be enough? As Messia in P5. That ends the P5. As Casares had a good race, I think, overall. Not bad, not too good, not too bad. Still a good race for him. Casares, and super impressive from the Ferrari driver. Most laps on this intermediate tire, still ending up P7. Fantastic. Fantastic racing. Still chatty and speedy to complete the top 10. That's it. And that's it for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Fantastic racing. Here are your podium finishes and podium celebrations. We see Anton, the race winner. Then is Adam and Tooth besides him. And that's fantastic. Fantastic from Anton. Completely dominated the rest of the field today. Had the other Haas driver been there, it might have been a different story. But it definitely he wasn't there. So great from Anton. Almost every single driver had a penalty except just a few of them. Anton, the race winner, then Adam in second, Tooth third. Tooth having his home Grand Prix, that's impressive. Finished podium still on the home Grand Prix, and fantastic racing as Ask and Messia, the top 5. Fantastic. Here's the rest of the field as well as Strike out of the race. The only DNF, which is impressive, having this race a full wet one. That's it for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Thank you so much for tuning in. Catch you next week.